What a mint day. Feels like summer again. It's about 9:30 in the morning and we're back at Kawakawa Bay. Skis in the water, it's low tide at the moment. Yeah, she's all good to go. Got the fish finder back as well. Took it to the guy that I got it off, Robert Sim. He's a Lowrance dealer. His company's called Kiwi Jetski, and took it back to him. He returned it to Lowrance and they just supplied me with a new unit. So I'm not exactly sure what happened. It just had no screen lighting, so yeah, that was no good, but they replaced it happily within less than a week, so can't ask for better service than that. But this time I did wonder whether it was because of water getting into this SD card slot, so I actually just put a bit of tape over it this time, just for a bit of extra protection. It's supposed to be waterproof, but yeah, you never know, especially on a jet ski when it does get pretty wet. So the fish finder's back in action, and I've also got a couple of rod holders on the rear of the ski, which I've just made, so I'm going to try them out as well. I'm thinking they're going to be really handy for putting the rod in when you catch a fish. Pretty much the same deal as the ones at the front. So yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty low wind all day today. It's mint out there at the moment. Yeah, don't really have a plan as such yet, but just test these new rod holders out, test the fish finder out. I actually did all the latest updates on the fish finder too, so it should be performing even better than it was before. Low tide at the moment, so it's going to be incoming tide, so later on it will be a good time to try for squid on the incoming as it gets close to high. So as long as the wind stays down, I'll give that a go for sure. Hopefully we can get a few squid for dinner. But yeah, we'll cruise on out and enjoy the day. I don't really care if I don't catch a fish, to be honest. It's such a mint day. It's just good to go for a flat. Just pulled up at our first spot. There's a couple of other jet skis in the area, but there's some really good sign under us at the moment. Good bait sign at least. A little bit of breeze. Straight into a fish. Too easy. And the Kabura with the water wings. And it's a good snapper. Fish of the day. Thank you very much. Drop it down again because there's still fish on the sounder. Quite often that is the case though. You'll catch a fish on the first drop and then they will go quiet. We'll just back the jig off a bit and put that in the rod holder. Just need to change the squid jig off this other rod. I think I'll go back to the trusty double trouble. One of my favourite lures, these. For snapper, and they also work well on kingfish. Right, you got the double trouble with half of water wings actually. It's been going for quite a while. It's been ripped apart, but it's still on there. Send it down. A little bit of a breeze coming up through the channel there, just blowing the drift sideways, but work with it at the moment. Some pretty good sign down there at the moment. Certainly plenty of sign down there, but nothing biting yet. Might just be a matter of finding the right lure, I think. Haven't actually caught one on this double trouble yet, so maybe they don't feel like that today. We got one. It's just the double trouble with sort of slow mechanical jigs near the bottom. Got us our bite. Feels like a pretty good fish. Hasn't been on any huge runs, but feels like it's got a bit of weight to it. Feels like a big weight. Didn't feel like an octopus though, because it was actually kicking at the start. I have hooked an octopus before and it just felt like it's pulling up the sea floor. But this actually feels like a fish. Oh! Oh no, it was a good snapper. It was right there. Oh, it just pulled the hook. Must have just been lip hooked. Oh, that is torture. I don't know whether you could see it on the camera, but he was literally maybe 5 meters under the water. Should have been a bit more forgiving on the drag. Stick that out there. And chuck this one down as well. There's a lot of sign down there, spread out sort of up to 10 meters off the bottom. Not sure what it is. Don't think it's snapper, but it could be. So I've still only caught the one snapper. Plenty of sign around, so I think I'll keep fishing this area for a while yet. If the wind just died off a tiny bit, I'd be happy. Normally we drift this way, but there's a little bit of wind blowing us straight out there. It's a little bit of a pain, but we can work with it. Oh, so we hooked up again. The anti-reverse on my reel is playing up. So see, I can wind it forwards and then wind it backwards, and sometimes it stops, which is quite a pain. So I hooked up and then let go of the reel and it started pulling line out again, and I dropped the fish. Alright, I think I'm going to change it up to something slightly smaller and with a slightly slower sink rate as well. Same lure I was using last time, which was the orange 20 gram better bug. Hopefully I can find it. Change of plans. I'm going to go to the 100 gram boss first. Give that a go. And there we go. Change of jig and we're straight on again. Sometimes that's all it can be. Oh, anti-reverse on the reel. Yeah, like I was saying, sometimes all it can be is different colour jig, different style jig with a slightly different action, and it just gets the fish interested. Something they haven't seen. Oh, this reel is really annoying. Definitely feels like a legal fish. Not huge though, not bigger than the last one. Still a nice penny. Come on, fish, 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 fishery. And there we go. Oh, this reel is really starting to piss me off. If I lose another fish because of this reel, I will not be happy. And it's a nice snapper. Come on, reel. Come on. Makes it rather hard to net a fish when your reel keeps wanting to go out. There we go. Nice snapper. Looks like the boss might be the lure for today. So we've swapped our boss over onto the overhead rod. Usually prefer the spin reel for when we've got a little bit of a drift, because it's just a little bit easier to cast, but it's completely personal preference. You can fish it on the overhead reels, no problem. That time I just had the boss sitting on the rod holder, just drifting along with the current, not doing anything. So it would have been sitting there lifeless and still catching fish. Finally back onto another fish. Just took a bit of hunting around, dropping into the sign. I think I really need to go to a smaller lure, but keep trying for a little bit longer. The wind's dropping off, so pretty soon it should be nice to fish with a smaller lure. Not a bad little snapper. I think you can go back. So they've gone a bit quiet on the metal lures. Decided just to chuck a soft bait down. I haven't done that in quite a while, and as much as I don't want to use this reel right now because of the anti-reverse, hooked a fish on the drop, and now we're catching fish again. I've always been a fan of soft baits. I just really like their action. They can just be a bit difficult to fish deeper down. You generally have to use more weight, and then it just gets, and the more weight you add, it tends to just dull down the action of the soft bait. Yeah, he's the biggest fish of the day so far, so he's not a bad fish by any account. You can actually see on the jig head up there where its teeth have grabbed it initially. Definitely takes longer to get the bait down there, but it's It's worth it when you catch fish. So we moved spot a bit and a little bit shallower, 25 metres. I've just put the fish on the soft bait again. The wind's really wrapping around the island weird. It's making it a little bit hard to find out which way I'm actually drifting, but the shallower we go, the easier it is to fish with soft baits. So. And he's not a bad pan sized fish, so I'm happy to catch fish that size all day long. This feels like a better fish. Definitely a better fish. Hasn't gone on fast runs like a kingfish, so hoping for a snapper. There it is. It's a snapper. Nice fish. Woohoo! Got that bad boy. Not huge, but the biggest fish I've caught in a while. But good snapper. Yeah, maybe around the 12-pound mark. Got a big tail on him. Good fish. I don't know what happened to the weather. A bit of a squall's just coming through and a little bit of a rain shower. And the wind's picked up. Hopefully it doesn't hang around for long. Alright, so I think we've just hooked on to another good snapper. This might even be bigger than the last one. If it is a snapper. It has not moved at all. Wow, it's not coming off the bottom. This is really weird though. Maybe it is a good kingfish. It's a good fish. I'm inclined to think it's a kingy. Biggest snapper I've caught on soft bait gear is only 15 pounds, and it was a much different fight to this. In saying that, catching a kingy would normally be a much different fight to this as well. I literally haven't got it off the bottom at all. I wonder if it's a shark or something. Sort of has tail beaks like a kingfish, or head nods I should say. So I'm starting to think it might be a kingy. Thought it would have gone on a big run by now though. Here we go, it's coming up. I'm always nervous when this happens. Just my luck, it'll be a huge shark. Pretty certain it's not a snapper. Okay, that's fighting like a kingy. That's went straight back down to the bottom. Could be in for a long fight. It's pretty. Whoa! He ain't stopping anytime soon. Really not a good time for the anti-reverse to play up on the reel. Might just have to turn this camera off for a bit because I don't want both of them going flat. This fish is just being stubborn. It's like being hooked to an anchor. Can't do anything, it just keeps slowly pulling line out. I might have to start the ski and follow him around soon, I think. Right, so back over the top of him again. Fight time 15 minutes. The last kingfish I caught on my snapper set was about 10 kilos. And I think 15 minutes and I had him. This guy's not really showing any signs of giving up yet. I don't know how I'm going to get this fish onto the ski because I don't have a gaff and he won't fit in the net. And the leader's only 30 pound. Whoa! Every time I get him 10 meters off the bottom, he just says nut and screams straight back down. You might get to see him. He's only 10 meters down. There he is. It's a kingfish. Oh, he's a good fish too. Look at that. Whoa. Pretty happy with that on soft bait gear. Oh. Oh. It's all good getting him up to this point, but as soon as he gets up, he just wants to go back down. Getting cramp in my hand from holding that bail arm. There's an anti-reverse. I don't like this. I think we've got him. On the soft bait gear. How's that? Oh, I love it. Had a few nervous moments, but we got there. Yee! I'm stoked with that. Definitely on the soft bait gear. Nice fat thingy. Beautiful eating. Right, so I've got my limit of snapper now. It's 1 o'clock. I might have a go for squid just in the bay here. Caught squid there before, so I might give it a crack. Well, I am stoked with that kingy. It's a good fish for the soft bait gear. That's only 15-pound braid and 30-pound leader. And he's a solid, he'd have to be over 12 kilos. It's nice and thick through the back there. Through the side. He's a good sized fish. That snapper's a good one too. What a day. Couldn't get any better. I was going to try catch a squid, but I was going to go just around the corner there, but the wind's actually coming in that bay now, so it was going to be sheltered there before, so I might go and try where I was last time, because someone commented, you know who you were, someone commented on my video last time that the area I was fishing for squid looked perfect, so I might go back there and try again. It is the incoming tide now, so hopefully I'll have better luck. But yeah, for now I'm stoked with this guy. Right, I've got my squid jig tied on. I'm going to start heading home and maybe try find some sheltered spots where there's a bit of weed that I can try fish for squid. Just tied the jig on. And can anyone tell me, that little mark on the back, is that from a squid? And those 2 marks there? And there's one up there as well. I didn't actually notice them last time, but just noticed them now when the outer cloth is ripped. And I wonder whether that's from a squid's beak. But yeah, tell me if you know any more than I do. And if you got any tips about squid fishing, just feel free to drop them in the comments, because I'm open to learning, because I really don't know what I'm doing yet. Off to find me a squid. It's time for some squid. I can see a few little dark patches over there, which will be weed and rocks. So I can see a stingray cruising around on the bottom over there. Don't know whether you can see it. It's either a stingray or a huge snapper. spot for squid, and I caught 0. The wind is swirling around in here a bit, so it's pushing me all over the place. It's hard to drift where I want to, so I'll head around the other side of the island and keep trying on my way home. Okay, so I moved all of about 200 meters from that bay there to this one here. Pretty much the same deal, just lots of rocks, weedy areas. The wind's probably still going to be a bit of a pain, but I'll just see what happens. See on the side scan you can see it's quite smooth out that side, and then over this side it's quite a lot of foul ground, which is what we want. Second spot, no squid. Squid attempt number 3 for the day. Same deal, just a little bay. Plenty of rocks and weed and all the other sort of crap that I should find squid at. Okay, so I'm not sure, but I've got a squid! Oh! My drag was too tight and he popped off. Come on. What am I doing? I got him again. Oh, this is funny. I have seen on videos that when you drop them, you can just drop the squid jig back down beside them and catch them again. And sure enough, it worked. I really don't want to think this in. Oh, you little bugger. I have the squid. Here he is. My battery's almost flat. And the jet ski is covered in ink. Oh, right up to the front there. Oh, what an amateur. But I got a squid! I have seen videos where people just karate chop them right there and they turn white. Okay, so squid number 2 for the day. I've hit the squid jackpot. Woohoo! Oh. Oh, I do not want to get inked again. Yeah, he's even bigger than the last one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Hey, Mr. Squid. How you going, mate? He's a good size. Okay. So I guess I just judo chop this guy as well. Oh, yeah. Body's white. His head's white. As easy as that. He's a good sized squid. I don't think his head's dead yet. Not exactly sure what to do about that. Oh, well, that was wicked. I finally got the squid I was after. Got 2 even. And they're both good sizes as well, with only a minor casualty of a squirt of ink to the jet ski, but that'll wash off. Yeah, I might head home now. The wind's up a little bit when you get out of the sheltered bays, so I think we'll cruise home, and it's 20 past 3, so try and get home before the work traffic knocks off. But yeah, what a day, it's been awesome. And now I know where to come for squid.